The last 8 months, like the biggest demand from our patient population has been food assistance, right? And so that's kind of Achilles heel for our program because we don't provide food assistance. It's something that, it's a pretty difficult thing for us, the way our mechanism works, because what we do is we pay bills directly, right? We don't send any money directly to patients, and that's something we have never done. And honestly, that's something that I always felt like, I remember when we first rolled out the program, like, wait a minute, we're gonna send a check to a patient, they gotta go to the bank, they gotta deposit, then they gotta write a check, they gotta put it in, or they gotta do everything themselves. That's too much work for them. Like, the whole purpose of the program is to alleviate stress, right? And let us take the stress of paying your bills and paying that bill actually off the patient. So food was, number one for the last 8 months, clearly with inflation, with everything. And the other piece that's so intriguing to me is like, in the science of cancer, like food is becoming more and more of an issue. High quality food, what we're ingesting, how that relates to cancers, and access to food, right? Access to that high quality food is so critical, right? And when you're sick, it's even more critical. And the other piece to this is the family, right? And there's a saying like, you can't take care of someone ill if you become ill yourself, right? And a lot of times what we see is caregivers just go to crap, right? They're caring for a loved one, they don't eat, they don't sleep, they're ingesting crappy foods, they're ingesting awful sodas and all the other sugars that are out there, right? So they become chronically ill themselves and no one's getting better, right? But so this food piece is so critical, and we began this dialogue like through a mutual connection, and it was kind of like, I wouldn't say the stars align. I guess we can get hokey here, but sometimes I do believe things happen for a reason, and sometimes they just happen. So you guys coming into our community, at this critical juncture, not only for our patient community, but for an organization, for us, where I truly believe, we're making a $100,000 investment, you guys are matching it. This is real money. This is gonna have real impact to families battling this cancer. And the amazing thing for us is, we've never done this, but I don't think anyone in our space has ever done this. To reach this deep, to help families fighting is gonna be amazing.
And I truly hope that this inspires other people in this space, whether it's a cancer space or food space, to start aligning. Because again, science is new today in 2023. There is a huge correlation between food, between cancer, between diabetes, other comorbidities. There is factual things that are happening in the food space and in the cancer space or these other diseases, yet for some reason there's a block. For some reason there's no synergy here yet. And I feel like if we could keep inspiring these synergies, then it can maybe inspire a bigger cause, that the food space and this space need to collide at some point. Because there is, again, science that's backing that food will help. It will, not just on a financial standpoint, but on a physiology standpoint, it could help some of these people.
Oh, without a doubt. And we at Project Purple have seen studies about this, right? Like, we actually funded a research study back in 2014 with UCLA that, by giving lab mice, high carbohydrate, crappy foods, they become obese. And that impacts health, right? And wellness. So we know this. So this is just a home run for us, for our community, but also for the greater good. And to your point, I really do hope other like-minded organizations in the for-profit space and the nonprofit space can find partnerships like this to provide more resources to patients. And think about this, if we're doing this, we inspire 3 other groups to do it on our side. You inspire 3 other groups on the for-profit side. Just imagine the people that will impact in a positive way long-term.